At the very least, we get the ball up pitch, provided we can get the throw off, which we do. And it's a good catch.
How did you make that?
He's gonna try to screen out the Whitey Beavers. Oh no! Does he have an apothecary? I don't think he has one. He's gonna spend it, and he's still dead. Oh my god! Oh no! Deccan's stare bag is dead! Dead! Oh my goodness! What is happening? Let's see if he can get away. He cannot. He's gonna have to do this. Oh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Batter Bowl week number 2. Closing out the week tonight, we have a matchup that is as close to pure Blood Bowl as it gets. We have the massive strength of It's All Ball Bearings up against the finesse of Firepants. You can take a look at the standings right here. The Wang Hangers in first place with 6 points, followed very closely behind by De Horseman at 4 points. It's All Ball Bearings. They're up tonight. They're in third place. The Ardents of Nuffle are in fourth, and Firepants not far behind in fifth place. Firepants, only 2 TD difference between them and It's All Ball Bearings between third place and fifth place. It is still only week 2. Anything can happen, but remember, this is a Swiss pairings competition. That means that the top teams are going to be playing each other week after week. The bottom teams are going to be playing each other week after week. So Firepants and It's All Ball Bearings, while they won't meet each other again until possibly the top 4 cut, they could be hovering, beside each other, neck and neck, all competition long. Why don't we take a look at their lineups? First up, it's Malik's It's All Ball Bearings. Look at the strength. It's madness. This is a mixed team competition. As you can see here, there are Khemri players, there are Vampire players, there are Necro players, there are even Undead players. Look at this. 4 players with strength 5, and of course the Vampire with strength 4. This is silliness. But if that's not enough silliness for you, take a look at the Werewolf. The Werewolf here, decent strength of 3, but he has Claws, and he has Frenzy, and on the level up, it looks like he took Block. What a nightmare this team is against non-bashy teams. He's got, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got a 12-man lineup here. 3 Vampire Thralls give this Vampire a lot of mobility. Remember, the Vampire has Bloodlust. It means if he fails his Bloodlust roll, which he fails on a 1, he has to end his turn next to a Vampire Thrall so he can feed. If he doesn't, he's off the pitch. The Undead Ghoul has Dodge. And then you see a lot of regeneration here. Being a Necro team, he's not allowed an Apothecary, so he has regen. But being a mixed team, he's only got regen only. He's got him on 8 players. But the Thralls and the Ghoul don't have regen, so he's not... If they die, they're out. He has no recourse to bring them back into the game. Lots of heavy AV on the positional players up here. Not so much down here on the Thralls and the Ghoul. One thrower, there was talk of Malik perhaps dumping the thrower. He's decided to keep him. the Khemri throwers are probably the weakest throwers in the weakest throwers in the game. They have a stat line of 6.327. They have an abysmal agility of 2, and they're pretty fragile with that AV of 7. But they have pass-and-sure hands, like a standard thrower would, and they also have the regen skill, which can help keep them, or rather keep them from dying in a game, which could very well happen with that AV of 7. 1 TRR and 1 fan factor going into this game. This is a heavy skill lineup. The 2 Undead Mummies, you can see they have Mighty Blow. The Tomb Guardians, Strength of 5, an MA of 4. These guys are quite literally monsters. It's going to be really tough to crack a cage with these guys. It's going to be really tough to avoid hits from these guys, and we're including the Vampire here as well. Remember, the Vampire also has Hypnotic Gaze. If he passes his Hypnotic Gaze roll, whoever he hypnotizes, they're hypnotized. They're done. They're done until next turn. That's a very powerful skill. So that combined with this strength means that, man, teams have a real tough time avoiding this. Even if you don't want to tie up, let's say you're an elf team and you don't want to tie up these strength 5 guys, the strength 4 player, because there's so many of them, they are eating up, they are tightening up a whole bunch of the pitch, and it's just really hard to get around them. In order to do so, you've got to take advantage of the fact that they're not very fast. You have to take advantage of the fact that if you want to tie them up, or rather if you do tie them up, they're not going anywhere with that AG of 1. But if you do that, man, you are sacrificing players. And while we're on the subject, why don't we take a look at Firepants? Firepants, the only team in this mixed competition that did not take a mixed team. That is totally fine, of course. It is an Amazon team, and so far he won his first week. He's looking to win this week as well. Decent MA of 6 across the board. You can see all of these Amazon players have the exact same stat line, and not only that, look at this. Look at this. This is Amazon. Dodge across the board. Every single player has dodge. Thrower, dodge. Blitzer, dodge. Catcher, dodge. Lineman, you can bet they have dodge. Everyone's got dodge. The 4 blitzers, of course, have block. The 2 catchers have catch, naturally. And the thrower leveled up here, and the thrower took leader. This is an interesting pick, and let's talk about why. Leader gives you an extra TRR so long as the leader stays on the pitch. Its all ball bearings is hamstrung by the fact that they only have 1 TRR. Firepants is coming in with 2 and taking leader on the thrower. Man, I'm going to say thrower all night. Taking leader on the thrower gives him a 3rd TRR. That's 3 TRRs to 1. I suspect Halifax looked at its all ball bearings lineup and said, you know what? I rolled doubles. I'm taking leader. 3 TRRs gives me a huge advantage. I've got dodge. I can dodge away for days. That frees up my TRRs for other actions, maybe blitz actions. I think that was a direct counter pick. SP Beaver says, we have a battle of giants this week, 2 undefeated teams going head to head. Sure. After week 1. So how's Firepants gonna play against its all ball bearings? Man, against that strength, I think they're gonna want to play, keep their distance on defense. They want to force its all ball bearings to take a blitz to get a hit every turn. There's no reason to tie anyone up unless you want to keep them from moving, and the only reason you want to do that is if you're going after the ball carrier. Otherwise, you've got dodge on everyone. Dodge away. Dodge is to your heart's content. You've got 3 TRRs. That's 3 times as many as your opponent. Knock yourself out. Well, don't knock yourself out, because then you'll lose the game. But stay on the pitch and do it often. If he wants to play a very sort of cautious defensive game, I think he can get away with that just fine. If he wants to get a little more aggressive, leverage these blitzers, he's got 4 of them, and try to crack open the cage, I think he can do that as well. I think Firepants, when he gets the ball, it's all ball bearings, is going to have a tough time preventing him from scoring. It's certainly not impossible. This isn't an elf team we're talking about, but there is a thrower on the pitch along with 2 catchers. They have decent stats. They have a lot of TRRs. It's all ball bearings is going to have to be cautious of the passing game. They're going to have to play a couple of players in the safety position. That's going to take players off the line. And they really kind of want to be grouped up and on the line in order to maximize those hits. Although, with so much strength on your players, being grouped up isn't so much of a necessity. It's not like a Dwarven team. You know, 5 strength is going to basically be a 2-die block on almost everyone. On offense, Firepants, I think they play very much, they play like Amazons. They threaten to throw. They can run, no problem. They've just got to open up a hole, and if they can do that, they've got enough speed where they can break away. They don't have very, very fast players, but they have enough speed on enough players that they can block out its all ball bearings if they can open a hole and run through it. In other words, if a catcher gets through, you know, he has a strength, an MA of 6. Sure, its all ball bearings has players with similar speed, but because everybody on this team has an MA of 6, some players could move into key lockups, key tie-ups to prevent its all ball bearings from getting after that catcher, and then the next turn the catcher can just run away for a TD. I think the real strategy here is going to be in how these teams want to win. Do they want to go for a 2-1 grind? When do they want to stall, and when do they not? 2 TRRs, 1 cheerleader, 1 coach assistant, 1 fan factor, and of course the apothecary. That's a full roster of assistant staff here for Firepants. We'll see if that works out for him, and we'll see if these 2 coaches are ready to get underway. And it looks like they are indeed. And we'll get this late Tuesday evening game underway to finish up week 2 of the Batter Bowl. 4 more weeks to go before the cut to top 4. And it looks like Firepants is going to be on offense, maybe? Let's see. It looks like it's all ball bearings is already set up in defense, but we'll see in a second here. Firepants with the fame advantage, they have a +1. Hank the Ranger says, woo! Good weather. If it's all ball bearings has set up on defense, then they've gone with a 5-man line. They have 2 ends here, 1 ghoul, 1 werewolf. They've only left 1 man back. They basically have a zombie in a linebacker position, and the thrower kind of in the same position. I would consider him the safety here. Will that be enough? We'll see. I think he's fine. I think this is a good defensive formation. Where Firepants is going. Nope, Firepants is going to be on defense. Great. So let's switch the view. Firepants going with a 2 wide on either side of the line here. They're looking to avoid getting blocked down. I don't think they're going to do that. They might be looking for the trade. Maybe all 5 of the big guys here, of the strength 5 guys, go after the line. We'll see if Malik wants to do that or not. Both wide zones well covered here. 1 player in the safety position. I don't think Halifax has much to worry about from a throwing game. Although there is a thrower on the pitch, of course. He only has an AG of 2. But if he's only doing a quick pass, then that's not such a problem. Werewolf is getting pulled back. Werewolf has the claws ability. Five-man line for its all ball bearings. 3 strong on the left. He's looking to block down the entire line. He can do that with ease and free up this zombie, in fact. "30 seconds left to set up here for its all ball bearings." Still considering his offensive formation. He's got the thrower back to receive, he's got the vampire back to assist, but the vampire thralls are way up at the line. Let's hope he doesn't fail that bloodlust roll. Alright, here's the kickoff. High kick. Firepants gets to move into a square where the ball will land. That is a touchback. It's all ball bearings. Going to get the ball here. Probably giving it to the thrower. We'll see. Yes, indeed. Turn one about to get underway here. First order of business, I have to imagine, is going to be to block down this line. And we're going to kick it off with the mummy and a clean hit to the number 9 line woman. She's going to stay on the pitch, thankfully. Every one of these Amazon players has an AV of 7 that makes them rather brittle here. The number 1 blitzer also going to get hit with a clean hit, and again, it's going to stay on the pitch. Over to the right-hand side of the line. Only a push for Khufu the Ancient. He'll follow up, no doubt. No, he's going to stay put. Interesting decision. Still get a 2-die block against Atania the Invoker here. That's going to be a dodge push. Decides not to follow up there as well. That's the line taken care of. Now, what to do with this ball? Malik deciding carefully what to do with his remaining 7 players. Almost certainly is going to want to cage up somewhere. It looks like it's going to be about right here, maybe here. Pulls back a thrall. So it looks like the cage is going to go right here. And he's not going to put the vampire on the cage. I think that's a very wise choice. Yeah, there was an error there. He didn't want the werewolf to be in the cage. That's okay. When you have an MA of 8, you can correct this very easily. Oh, the vampire's going in the cage, so it's going to be a handoff to the vampire, it looks like. AG of 4 should make this no problem. Oh, is it going to be a throw? Even better. Failed reception. Does he spend the TRR? I wouldn't. Gets another chance to catch it here. Decides not to. Went for the pass to get some early SPP. Could not make the reception. Failed a 2+ catch. Seemed like all but a sure thing, and now Firepants has an opportunity to get at this ball. The ball does have a -2 modifier on the pickup right now. Amazon Blitzer moves towards the ball just a few spaces, 3 spaces, crosses the center line. That Blitzer has block and dodge. All Amazon Blitzers have block and dodge. That means they're only afraid of 1 face on the die. Here comes the blitz. He's going to blitz the front left corner of the cage. He's going to get a push out of it. Probably push him over here to get him off the ball, indeed. And decides not to follow up. Well done. He's got one more movement if he wants to take it. He can move it to get a +1 on the pickup if he wants. Decides not to. The blitzer's going to stay put. And now the number 7 catcher moves around the left-hand side of the pitch. Firepants looks to be shifting their defensive line here just in case they can't get this ball. Good play by Firepants. Sends a second player around that number 13 Thrall. Looking to apply some pressure on the cage coming from the right-hand side. Wow! Oh, I thought he was going to send all 3 around. Nope, he covers the left wide zone with the number 3 blitzer. Goes for the ball, pickup, fails it. Does he spend the TRR? If he does, it's a 75%. He spends it. That's a good pickup. Well done. Firepants has GFIs to spend. They spend 1. Going for a pass, a cheeky pass. It might work out. Failed interception, failed pass. And now it's all ball bearings has a chance to recover this ball. 2 failed passes on turn 1. That was a 50-50 pass, but it failed on a 1. 1s always fail, 6s always succeed. I have to imagine it's all ball bearings wants to blitz down this catcher. Hank the Ranger says, must be one of those greased balls again. Yeah, you know this league, man. There's just somebody cheating all the time. Malik ties up the number 2 blitzer. He's going to take the blitz on the blitzer. Wow, he's going to have to spend that TRR. And it doesn't work out. Unfortunate for its all ball bearings. You can see there, double skulls, got the double skulls again on the re-roll. And now Firepants is going to get an opportunity, another opportunity here on turn 2 to pick up this ball. I think I would have blocked down this player. Good dodge. Remember, every single Amazon player has the dodge ability. They've got 2 tackle zones on that ball right now. That negates the 2 that are currently on it. From its all ball bearings, that is. And these Amazons on the right-hand side of the pitch are descending on the ball. Third player runs around the number 13 Thrall. Failed pickup, another TRR. This is a tough pickup attempt right here. It's a 1/3 chance, and it failed. It's a favorable bounce for Firepants, but it's all ball bearings. Gets a second attempt to pick up this ball that they lost on turn 1. They have a 2-die block that they can take for free on this catcher right now. They're going to tie up the number 1 blitzer with the Tomb Guardian. This is good positioning. It's good positioning if he wants to move towards center pitch. Still has a blitz on the table. He's got a block on the catcher. Throa is going to tie up the number 2 blitzer. Here comes that 2-die block, and this time it's going to be a dodge push. He has no TRRs left to spend, but he'll push and follow up, and he can take a 1-die block, or he can move someone into position to take a 2-die block once again on the catcher. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to move in the assist, take the 2-die block with the number 16 ghoul. Wow, another dodge push. This is the problem with dodge. And now it's all ball bearings. Following up on that dodge here, it's all ball bearings finds itself really with no way to get at this ball except to run around. Unless this blitz works out. Dude, it does not. Double skulls. Wow. And the werewolf is injured. Oh no. Badly hurt. There's no apothecary, but the necromancer regens the werewolf, and the werewolf will come back in on a later drive, thankfully for its all ball bearings. SP Beaver says, I see the cheer for the offense and the cheer for the defense. Where's the cheer for the ground? Hank the Ranger says, ball possession leaders 80% the ground right now. Turn 3 for Firepants. Failed dodge. Wow, the rare failed Amazon dodge. Now, he does not get to spend a TRR because every player on an Amazon team has the dodge skill, which means you can see down here the die results. He failed the first dodge. He automatically gets a reroll, but you can only reroll a die once. And because he failed his automatic reroll, he does not get to spend his TRR. And again, it's all ball bearings finds itself with a chance to pick up this ball. SP Beaver says, are you sure they're really Amazons? Who knows? It's a mixed team competition. They could be they could be elves in secret. I don't know what they are. They could be dwarves in secret. 2-die block finally works out for its all ball bearings. And they get a really good stun out of it. That's a great stun. The ball is finally freed up. They'll have one more block to take on the number 2 blitzer. It's a 2-die block. And then they can finally attempt to pick up this ball. It'll almost certainly be with the vampire. Dodge push, not what they were looking for. I would have maybe blocked this way to keep the Amazon off the ball. Now the ball with a negative modifier on the pickup works out. AG of 4 is really, really powerful. Even with that negative modifier, it's still a 3+. But now if he wants to move away from the Amazon, he's got to dodge. Hank the Ranger says, hooray! Finally, someone has the ball. 52 seconds left to play in turn number 4 for its all ball bearings. Hasn't moved this line. Hasn't moved any of these players. They might want to start collapsing. No! Dodges with the vampire. Well done. Tomb Guardian will move up 1 space. And he'll get a cage out of this. Who does he want to cage up on the rear of the cage? Looks like it's going to be the mummy here, the number 2 mummy. And just like that, it's all ball bearings. Has its offense going again. And Firepants went hard in on this ball, and now they're going to have to start pulling some players back. Blitz on the right-hand side of the line. This is going to be a dodge push. 2-die block on the left-hand side of the line, also a dodge push. The only faces that knock down a player with dodge are attacker down. Wait, it's defender down, and both down. 4 seconds left. He's got the thrall to move if he wants it, and he does. Thrall moves to tie up the number 11 linewoman at the center position. Final turn of the first quarter here for Firepants. They're going to have to reset their D. We're going to see a whole lot of Amazons running back to the line. Good dodge by the number 2 blitzer. Is the blitzer going to stay on the sideline? Yeah, I should hope not. Good move. One minute, 15 seconds left to play for Firepants. Only one player has moved so far. And all those Amazons that were deep here, they're desperately going to run back and get on this cage. Really, they're in no danger of getting left behind because the big guys are on the cage. You can see they only have an MA of 3 and I think 4, 3 and 4. So they're not moving all that far in a turn, especially in a situation like this where there's only going to be one blitz. The only way they can get their max movement in a situation like this. Wow, another failed Amazon dodge. In a situation like this is to say block down a player and then move diagonally. But Firepants has the diagonals fairly well covered here. The second quarter begins here with its all ball bearings. A really dicey first quarter there for the team. They were able to recuperate, get the ball back, and try to get this offense going. They still haven't crossed center pitch yet. They don't have the fastest cage, so they do need to be wary of time here. They only have 4 turns to try to get this ball all the way down the pitch. Tomb Guardian moves forward to tie up the linewoman, and this sort of positioning is good. 2-die block on the right-hand side of the cage here with the thrall. It's going to be a push. So what Malik has done here is he's moved the Tomb Guardian between the Amazon and where he thinks the Amazon wants to go next turn. So if the Amazon wants to get over there, they're going to have to dodge 3 times unless they go around the tackle zones of the Tomb Guardian. But of course, they'll have to make that first dodge just to get free. "40 seconds left in turn 5 for its all ball bearings. Cage is going to move forward 1 space. Blitz is still on the table. He's got 11 spaces left. He's got 13 spaces to move at the ball carrier right now. Good bloodlust roll. He's going to stay in the center cage there. Really wants to think about having a thrall maybe inside the cage just in case he fails that bloodlust roll. Looking to spend his backfield players to tie up as many players as he can. No, he's looking to get a 2-die blitz. He has to push. He can't take the both down result because the blitzer, of course, has the block skill. Takes a one-die block, a wild one-die block on the right-hand side of the line. This was against a blitzer. Super risky block. It works out. Still can't take anyone off the pitch, however. Turn 5 for Firepants. How do they want to play defense here against this cage that has just crossed the center line? They have a number of players that are out of position. Even though they're fast, remember, it takes 3 MA to stand up. So if you have an MA of 6 when you're prone, you really only have an effective MA of 3. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. You can, of course, GFI for 2 more if you want. But as we all know, GFIs have a 1 in 6 chance of failure, and that works out to a roughly 98% chance of failure. Firepants looking to reset their D. Get right in front of this cage and just stop forward momentum. Good dodge. We'll see another dodge here with the number 6 thrower. Another good dodge. Will we see dodges here, however? If we do, probably see it... Well, I don't know. We might actually see it with the number 4 blitzer first. Or he might just leave them where they lie. It might not be worth the dodge. Everything's a negative dodge for this number 4 blitzer right now. One dodge by the line woman. Dodges out, but has really nowhere to go. He took that dodge to prevent the hit next turn. But it does free up this Tomb Guardian. I don't know if we're going to see the Tomb Guardian go after this line woman. This Tomb Guardian might just collapse back in on the cage. 3 turns left for It's All Ball Bearings to try to score here. This is their half to score. They gotta start moving the ball down pitch. He's got 4 spaces to go before he's in scoring range. 2-die block behind the cage. It's going to be a clean hit. He's looking to take this blitzer off the pitch. Didn't happen. He does free up the ghoul. Interesting choice not to bring all 3 thralls onto the pitch here in this first drive. But so far, he hasn't needed them. Sends one of the thralls way downfield. Trying to find a crack in this Amazon defensive armor. Deciding where he wants to go. If he decides to commit to the left, that might end the drive. If he commits too far to the left, he doesn't have the speed to move this cage really laterally, which will allow Firepants to go too deep and just really pile the defense into that left wide zone. 2-die block's going to result in a push. That was the blitz spent by the Tomb Guardian. So now this cage really has nowhere to go except forward. That's 1 space. Firepants doing an excellent job preventing forward movement. Hank the Ranger says, these are the toughest Amazons I've ever seen. Only 1 stun, I think, so far in regard to armor saves. Yeah, it should be pointed out that every single one of these Amazons have an AV of 7. An AV of 7 is not great. When you make an armor roll, you roll 2d6, and if you beat that armor value, then you break armor. So, you know, there's a lot of rolls that end up as a 7, meaning it's pretty easy to break 7. But so far, everyone's on the has stayed on the pitch. There's a big difference between AV7 and AV8. Good dodge by the number 11 line woman, Anipe Alcinoe. My favorite Amazon line woman. There's the tie-up by the catcher on the back of the cage. "90 seconds to play in turn number 6. And there's the Amazon Doug. Alkaya Evadne, the catcher, staying back here. You know, we can joke about this, how she's just kind of staying out of the drive, but this is a catcher that's in scoring position right now. So if Firepants can get the ball, they still have an opportunity to score. Hank the Ranger says she's no Doug. At least she's moving. That's very true. Firepants resetting this defensive line, just staying ahead of this slow plotting cage. It's really all he has to do. He's got the dodges to do it, as you can see. Turn 7. It's all ball bearings. Has only been afforded 2 blocks, neither of which really matter for scoring. And so they're going to have to figure out where they want to key in their blitz to try to open a hole here. They only have 2 turns, which means on this turn, he has to get into scoring position. And that's going to be 8 spaces away. So here, he's got to get at least to here with his vampire, or else he's not going to be able to score this half. So he's got 4 spaces of movement to make here on turn 7. Here comes the blitz. Blitzing way out wide. Only gets a push. It's all ball bearings. Desperately looking to get a player advantage here. Can't get through this dodge, however. Lots of pushes. Lots of defender stumbles results. Oh no. Is he only moving the cage 1 space forward? It's not going to be enough. I mean, I guess technically the Tomb Guardian can score. And the Thrall can score as well. He's got to be really careful here. Where are all the Thralls? They're forward. He has 3 Thralls. One's on the sideline right now. Moves 2 spaces forward. That's still not enough unless he's going to pass. He hands off. Looks like he's going to YOLO this Thrall down pitch. And it works out. 1-0. Well done to Malik, and it's all ball bearings. Went for the 2 GFI score on turn number 7. Wow. Against all odds. Because GFI odds are terrible. Hank Ranger says good TD. That was a good TD. Well done. Two turns left for Halifax here. It's all ball bearings. Cannot rest on their laurels. Halifax can very well score here in 2 turns. SP Beaver, thank you for the bits. Congratulations. I'm sure you recognize the animation there. We'll be back to 11v11, I think. Yes, indeed. Malik electing to keep that 3rd Thrall off the pitch in favor of the 2 ghouls. Sorry, I think it's a ghoul and a zombie. Yeah, a ghoul and a zombie. He does get the extra AV by having that zombie on the pitch. Remember, anything can happen on a kickoff. We've seen riots, which add turns, at least toward the end of a half. Rocks can be thrown. The weather could change. Hank the Ranger is cheering for an extra turn. Halifax with 2 in each wide zone. That's you can have a max of 2 in each wide zone. Both are forward on the line here. Has to put 3 on the line, which he's done. He's up against a 3-man line for It's All Ball Bearings. I'm sorry, 5-man line. Firepants 2 deep here. When your opponent doesn't have a kicker, sometimes you can get away with 1 deep. I'll often only put 1 deep if there's not a kicker. But if they do have a kicker, you almost always have to put 2 deep unless you have a kickoff return player. Blitz. Oh, this is excellent for It's All Ball Bearings. They're going to get a free blitz here. They do have to be careful of giving up the wide zones. I'm not sure they want to do that, but they could go after this line. Went for the dodge. Oh no. And got KO'd for the trouble. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a 5+ dodge. Turn 7 for Firepants. They now have a hole here in the right wide zone. Thankfully, It's All Ball Bearings has 2 players in the safety position. Probably the 2 best players to play safety as well. Here's that blitz to clear up the wide zone completely. Good, clean hit. What is going on? They're not supposed to be laying on the hits. Wow! And another KO! It's now 11v9 here in the first half. SB Viewer says, again, I ask, are we sure they're Amazons? Is this the Whiny Beavers? Is that who this is? They had to retire after the first season. They didn't want to retire, so they dressed up as Amazons and entered a mixed team competition. Is that what this is? That's why they're not actually a mixed team at all. This is the Whiny Beavers, isn't it? Malik's gonna have a real tough time covering all of these players. SB Beaver says, sure would have been nice if they knew how to run when I was coaching them. Yeah, 2 decent runners. I mean, one died and played for Malik's team. Halifax and Firepants deciding to free up one of the linemen here. Oh, went for the GFI, failed. They'll spend the TRR. They're trying to keep their options open for who to pass to. I think this is smart. Another GFI, well done. It does free up this Tomb Guardian, however, to give him an opportunity to do something. I'm not so sure he needs to release any other players from the line. It looks like he is not going to do that, so the thrower with a successful pickup. Oh, is he going to go for the pass? Nope. I don't know if he can score from here. I might have... I don't know if he can do this. Let's see. Ah, yes. Hank the Ranger says handoff then pass. Good call. So Malik's got a whole bunch of Amazon players here to watch out for. This will tie up the blitzer. He probably wants to be here instead, or even here. Vampire ties up catcher number 8. He can perhaps take a block on the number 9 linewoman, move a player up to assist on a 2-die block against this linewoman, perhaps. Ties up the number 11 linewoman with the werewolf. So if he was going to blitz this player, he's lost the block. The block skill, that is. 2-die block on the center. It's going to be a dodge push. He follows up. Two-die block on the left-hand side of the line. Also going to be a push. He follows up, and now he's tying up 3 players. Good trade. I don't think these players are a threat, however. Now he has 2 mummies free to do something with. Still has his blitz on the table. I think you want to blitz down the thrower, yeah? Oh, looks like he's not going to. 2 GFIs to tie up the 2 blitzers. Well, he could still blitz with the mummy here. And it'll be a 2-die blitz. But he's not, chooses not to blitz. Takes 2 GFIs to try to tie up this linewoman some more. 1-die block on the left-hand side side of the line is good. Probably will do it here for its all ball bearings. Nope, he took the 2-die block. How was oh, she's not assisting. Final turn of the first half. Firepants has an opportunity to tie this game up, and they will have the ball starting in the second half. Let's see if they can make it happen here. They have no TRRs remaining. Blitz dodge, 1-die blitz on the vampire. They push the vampire off of the number 8 catcher. The number 8 catcher is going to run into the end zone. Nope, the pass is going to happen first. Fair enough. You want to make the pass as short as possible. Failed reception on the handoff. And that's going to do it for the first half. 1-0. It's all ball bearings. Currently leading this game. Both players for its all ball bearings come back on the pitch. It's going to be 12 versus 12. We'll see who comes onto the pitch. Starting with its all ball bearings. So they take the thrower off the pitch, and now all 3 thralls are going to be there. Firepants with its full 3 TRRs. Remember, they have 2 plus the leader right here. This is the thrower. I knew I was going to say it. The thrower. If its all ball bearings can take this thrower off the pitch, Firepants will lose a TRR. It's all ball bearings staying with the 5-man line. Both teams staying with their previous formations. Let's see where Malik decides to kick this ball. It's a high kick. Where did that go? It's all ball bearings get to move. Well, that's a tie. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there. It like hit the side of his foot. Firepants gets away with not having to make the pickup roll. And we're going to start the second half here. SB Beaver says that's why you do not let werewolves kick the ball. Big hairy feet, it's just the worst. Would have been a great event for a shallow kick, but you do have to kick the ball across center pitch. Double skulls on the right hand side of the line. Oh no! Oh, that works out because it's the blitzer. Wow, and they get a KO. 11v10. Wow, 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 wow. Double skulls on the first roll. Second roll had a skull and a both down, but the blitzer, of course, has the block skill. That's going to be the end of the TRRs for this turn. Firepants sending 2 players downfield. 3 are across the line right now. Looks like we're about to see more of the same from the end of the first half. How quickly Firepants wants to score has to be in his mind, has to be part of his strategy. Does he want to score super fast and then give It's All Ball Bearings a chance to win 2-1? Or does he want to hold out, try to stall, but all of his players have AV of 7, which apparently hasn't been a problem all game. Ties up the Thrall and the Ghoul on the left-hand side of the line, or rather in the left wide zone. Failed Amazon dodge. Turn 9 to It's All Ball Bearings. Once again, they see themselves with a freed up Tomb Guardian, and they could see themselves with a freed up Mummy if they wish. But they're going to take the block on the left hand side of the line. They'll get a push. Pushes him straight back. Does he follow up? He does. Three-die block against the center is not going to work out. Yikes, he's going to have to spend his TRR. He's thinking about it. He doesn't want to spend it on turn 9. He's deciding if he's in good enough shape. He decides to take the both down result. It gets a knockout, which puts player advantage back to dead even. It's 10v10. But I think this player's in scoring position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, not quite. Alright. Malik decides not to spend the TRR. He only has 1 for the entire game, provided he doesn't get one on a kickoff event. He says, if you want to score so quickly, be my guest. Two blitzers far downfield right now. They will be followed up by a catcher, the number 8 catcher. And now the War Dancer, the nasty Amazon War Dancers. And when I say War Dancer, apparently I mean a line woman, because it's an Amazon team. Oh man, it is late. Good. Good block on the left-hand side. That was a both down results with a blitzer that frees up the catcher. And now 4 players are downfield. 4 players to defend against. Man, pretty soon I'll be extolling the virtues of the Amazon Ogre. One space movement with the thrower. Moves the other thrower forward. Number 6 thrower is the leader, so he wants to keep that player as far back as possible. Hank the Ranger says, thanks for staying up to announce the game, Ava, and provide us with some late night entertainment. Hey, no problem, man. I love this game. I know you do too. I hope everyone else does. Blood Bowl is awesome. Malik moves the Tomb Guardian over to tie up the Line Woman. Is he thinking about taking a block on the Line Woman? Or a blitz, rather. He's got to defend against these catchers. Places the Vampire in front of the blitzer. The Vampire, in a precarious situation right now, doesn't have a Thrall nearby. This tie-up against a player with dodge, the player with dodge doesn't care so much because they have a positive dodge in the direction that they want to move. And of course they have the dodge skill. Under a minute to go here in turn 10. It's another tie-up on the number 4 blitzer, but again, it's in the opposite direction. Not much choice in this case. There's really nowhere to go. So better to make him roll dice than not. And now there's 2 tie-ups here by the Mummy. Werewolf Blitz. 2-die Blitz is going to be a clean hit. Can he take someone off the pitch? Finally! Not only does he take him off the pitch, he takes him off the pitch in style. The Apothecary gets spent. And it's an injury. What is the injury? Oh, and it's a big injury. They lose an MA. That means that player has probably seen their last game of Blood Bowl. Two-die block, clean hit. And there is the death. The Apothecary saves them. But they're probably done with their career. 2-die block on the left-hand side of the line. That's going to be a dodge push. That block right here, he pushed in this direction. He could have pushed here and set up for a surf if it didn't work out. He does have Frenzy. 3 seconds left. Look at the lines of these two players. There is no line. There's just skirmishes all across the pitch. Turn 11 for Firepants. Every handoff is negative right now. If he wants to make it positive, he won't be able to throw with the player he hands off to. Unless, of course, he blitzes someone. He's going to blitz the Thrall. Clean hit. Doesn't get a whole lot out of it. He does free up the catcher. But he's got to get this ball down pitch. Looks like he's just going to chuck it to the catcher. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it'll be a long pass. Here it is. It's a good pass. Nope, he's going to do the short pass. Well, that's a much better choice. Hank the Ranger says that's what I would have done. And I think that's a smart play. It's a good call. Here's the handoff to the catcher, and this is going to be the score. Halifax is going to score on turn 11. That's going to tie the ball game up to 1-1, but that's going to give It's All Ball Bearings 6 turns to try to pull out a victory here, and I think he can do it. Provided a fan doesn't throw a rock at his face. Firepants, both teams get back a knocked out player. It will be 11 v 11, and It's All Ball Bearings is back up to 12, I believe. Yeah. Firepants to set up on defense. Wouldn't it be something if it just suddenly starts to snow? Hank the Ranger says, or it gets really hot. That would be something too. But sweltering heat wouldn't apply until the next drive, which would, it does have its negative modifier that goes into effect, but we wouldn't see anybody out on heat stroke until the next drive. Three-man line. Doesn't want to give up blocks to Malik. Malik will take all three and hopefully get a fourth on the blitz. 6 men on the line. Wow. Wow. He's put all that strength on the line here. This will give Halifax an opportunity, if he wants to take it, to tie up these players. He'll have to eat a block to do so. But I don't know if all 4 are needed on the line. But maybe he has something in mind. 2 back to receive. The Vampire with the AG of 4. And of course the Thrower with sure hands. Six-man line. 2 in either wide zone with the number 14 Thrall in the left wide zone as well. Here's the kickoff. We'll see where the ball goes. High kick. Firepants gets to move, but it is a touchback. Throw it or the Vampire. We'll see. Might even go for the Werewolf. It's going to go to the Thrower. Turn 11. 6 turns for It's All Ball Bearings to pull out a 2-1 victory here. Plenty of time. But he's going to have to find a way to move the ball. 3 die block on the left-hand side of the line is going to be, yet again, a push. Two more blocks to take on the right-hand side. It's All Ball Bearings still has their TRR. Halifax down. Halifax and Firepants down to 2. 2 die block's going to be a push against the number 10 linewoman. Pushes for days. One more 2 die block against the number 3 blitzer. It'd be a 2 die block versus the block skill. Finally gets a clean hit out of it. Can't take anyone off the pitch. Eight players to perform actions with. He'll almost certainly want to cage up somewhere. man, it looks like the cheer didn't work. Man, I was super excited for it to work. Let's see if I can get it to work. I don't know if I can cheer my own stuff. I cannot cheer my own stuff. Cage is set up at center pitch. The throw is going to have to GFI to get in there. Oh, he's going to pass to the vampire. Good reception by the vampire. The vampire can get in there. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, it's still a GFI to get in there. And that works out. Cage at center pitch. Of course it's a GFI to get in there. They were back at the same yard line. Man. 10 seconds to go. Was a blitz taken at all? No blitz. Thank you for the cheer, Hank the Ranger. Man, I wish the actual, the visual and the audio and all the cool stuff popped up. I don't know why it didn't, but I will look into it. Here comes a blitz in the back corner of the cage. 2-die blitz, clean hit. Wow. This is against an AV7 Thrall. Thrall's going to stay on the pitch, but that's one tackle zone on the ball carrier right now. Hey, thanks for the bits, SB Beaver. That one worked, but that's not what's supposed to show up for the offensive and defensive cheers. Maybe I disabled them? I don't know. I'll have to check. You know what? I wonder if instead of redeeming cheer for the defense, I wonder if you just cheer 951, that'll trigger it. No, instead of thanks for the bits, Clypheus. Thanks for the bits, SP Beaver. Instead of cheering for the defense, just cheer 951. Like don't redeem cheer for the defense. I don't know, but I think if you just if you just cheer 951, that might trigger it. But that's 2 cheers for the defense right now. Hank the Ranger and SPB are both cheering for Halifax to pull this out. Turn 12 to its all ball bearings. 5 turns left. There are a whole bunch of Amazons behind the cage, a whole bunch of Amazons in front of the cage. "55 seconds. Malik considering his options. He needs to open something up, have a plan. He probably won't open a hole in this turn. Looks like he's going to move this cage off to the right-hand side. Clyffe says, I don't know how to cheer a specific amount. I will check. I think you can just type / cheer and then an amount with no spaces. Yeah, something like that. But clearly that didn't do anything. So I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh, it's without the slash? Fair enough. 2-die block with a push on the backside of this cage. It's all ball bearings is looking to protect the ball carrier. He pushed a player off the vampire. The vampire will be able to get back into this cage. But he is going to hand off to the werewolf instead. Good dodge into the cage. Can he get another player out of the cage? He's going to get this big old Tomb Guardian, but fail the dodge. That is a 6+ dodge to make. Oh boy, turn 13 to Firepants. It's still a tough block to make on the ball carrier. It's a 1-die block. Well, it's potentially a 1-die block. Start of the 4th quarter here. The number 3 blitzer moves over the right wide zone. Hank the Ranger says it takes bits and not fan points. I think that's the issue. That might be the issue, in fact. You might actually be right. Yeah. I think that's exactly right. If you hit the little bits icon, yeah, that's probably right. Anyway, back to the game. Let's talk about bits and cheers. Good dodge on the left-hand side here. That actually makes a lot more sense. And so the cheers are way too costly. They need to be brought down. So now, this is what we were talking about before. This cage, it's dangerously close to committing to this right wide zone. And so Firepants says, you know what, that's fine. I'll put columns of 2 in front of you. 2-die block, another clean hit. This time against a Thrall in the backfield. He's gonna get stunned. It's all ball bearings is losing a bunch of its team behind its cage. It needs to start moving them up. Uphill block on the ball carrier. Unless he spends a TRR, it's going to be a push. Or, I'm sorry, it's going to be a knockdown. And a KO. Finally gets a KO, and it's on an uphill block. Turn 13 for It's All Ball Bearings. They have 1 full quarter to try to score. So, Firepants could have made that a 1-die block by getting somebody on the mummy, and then it would have been a 1-die block against the ball carrier. Number 13, Thrall, just cruises down pitch. He is not afraid of getting blocked. Malik choosing to get this ball in the hands of the werewolf. No doubt because he... Well, I don't know why it's in the hands of the werewolf. I was going to say no doubt because he's afraid of the bloodlust roll. And maybe that was it. But his vampire is a better thrower, so if he wants to threaten the throw... Wow, all of these skull results, man. He's got to spend the TRR, finally gets a clean hit. That's a good stun. That's a very good stun. Still has a blitz on the table. He could blitz down the thrower and open up a hole down pitch down this gauntlet. .30 seconds of play in turn 13. The ball is caged back up. It's all ball bearing, still has a blitz to take. Looks like he's about to take a 2-die block on this number 8 catcher. But fails the dodge. And gets stunned for his trouble. Turn 14 for Firepants. Hank the Ranger says, misclick? Yeah, I think that was a misclick. Which happens, man. When you're under a time pressure, it can be tough. It's tough to make decisions. It's tough to execute on those decisions. Two-die block against number 13 Thrall. This is going to be a knockdown. Wow, back kick to the face. .90 seconds in turn 14 for Firepants. Good dodge. Woman, she's going to dodge one space back, try to stay in front of this cage. And you can see that catcher is going to stay downfield and stay in scoring position. He could dodge out this other catcher if he wants, get them back into this game. Or he can leave both of them downfield if he wants. But if he does that, that's one less player that he has on defense. Moves the number 1 blitzer forward. Malik really needs to take advantage of the stun and try to open up a hole, start moving this ball. If Malik can score at any point, I think this game is in the bag. Just needs to be careful on defense. Maybe if he were to score in turn 14, can he do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, he can't. If he scores on turn 15, I think he's pretty solid. He might want to reset his defensive formation on the kickoff just to prevent, you know, a flood of Amazons down either wide zone. Wow, another failed Amazon dodge. They all have the dodge skill, but you dodge enough times, you're going to fail. SP Beaver says the wide side looks too open. Over here? Yeah, I mean, I might agree. It's all ball bearings needs to do something. They can't score yet, so they can't YOLO the run, or else they'll be in danger of losing the ball. But they could totally shift this cage. In fact, if they want to blitz the number 6 thrower and maybe just shift the cage right here, that'd be a great spot. Looks like the cage is going to move one space forward. No blitz is taken. I think a blitz on the thrower would have been would have been pretty good. We'll see what he's setting up here. Can't really do much down the left wide zone. Number 14 Thrall moves back onto the cage. Ghoul moves forward. He's going to move him down the sideline. Still can't really do much. Does he move the zombie to protect the ghoul? Nope. Just gets some tackle zones right here to prevent a cheeky blitz on the vampire. So now the vampire is in position to... Alright, to blitz. 2-die blitz gonna result in a push. He follows up. And that'll do it. I was about to say the vampire was going to be in position to receive a handoff next turn. Or maybe a pass even. Well, no, probably a handoff and then he could have passed. But the ghoul's still just one space too shy. GFI to tie up this ghoul. Ghoul's one space away from being in scoring position. Just 2 turns left in this game. Stand up by the number 10 line woman on the front right corner of the cage. A minute 19 to go and turn 15 for Firepants. Halifax trying to decide what his best strategy is here to prevent any more forward progress. At this point, he does not want It's All Barbarians to score. He most likely will not be able to do anything to come back. There's that blitz on the number 13 Thrall. It's a good hit. He doesn't follow up. Shuts down the... Well, at the time, he was shutting down the left wide zone. Moves back to get back in front of the cage. Hank the Ranger says 2 turns, 2 TRRs. So that's not bad. Yes, indeed. Firepants is going to have a TRR to spend on each of these 2 turns. That's it. Turn 15 for It's All Ball Bearings. At this point, it looks like they may be committing down the left wide zone, but it's a commitment if they do it. SPV says that's 2 GFIs. That's for Halifax, unfortunately. It's all ball bearings. If they're thinking about moving down the left wide zone, they'll probably want to stand up this Thrall first. Probably want to do that anyway. Might want to stand up the Throa unless he's afraid the Throa is going to take another hit. Two-die block on the front of the cage. Clean hit against the number 6 thrower. Can he take someone off the pitch? They have no armor. Finally! Gets a KO. Well done. Hasn't been leveraging that claws on the werewolf. Claws is devastating. And it gets worse when it's combined with things like Mighty Blow and Piling On. 45 seconds playing turn 15. He's got to do something. He's got to get players in the scoring position on this turn. Hank the Ranger says, is the Amazon catcher downfield in scoring position? She is. Yes, indeed. She's 1 GFI away. "20 seconds to go. Oh no, what's going on? Just 15 seconds. Hey, what's up?
Chris.
What's up?
How do I hypnotic gaze? I can't make it work.
How do you hit what?
Hypnotic gaze.
Oh, you gotta right click on your, you gotta right click on the vampire and you'll get a context menu.
Yeah, and I click hypnotic gaze, and then it tries to either get me to hypnotic gaze or blitz.
Right, well, you can only hypnotic gaze after you're done movement.
Well, what if he doesn't move at all?
Then he stays put and you just use hypnotic gaze.
Right. So it's not letting me do it. Okay.
So when you right click, you get the option to hypnotic gaze, right?
Yes.
So you choose that option and then you can hypnotic gaze like that number 9 line woman, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm gonna unpause it.
Okay.
End the pause. Sorry. I right click on him. I'm gonna run out of time.
You got 28 seconds.
I left click on him. I click hypnotic gaze. And then I click on her, and it says 83% of bloodlust hypnotic gaze. You click on her again. There we go. How do I do it?
All right, I'm gonna jump out.
Fail? All right. So
All right, so it looked like the game was paused there, and Malik from It's All Ball Bearings was trying to use hypnotic gaze, standing still. So in Blood Bowl 2, sometimes you have options available to you that you have to access via the context menu. So you right click on them and then you get your options. He was trying to hypnotic gaze the line woman. He ended up doing it. He failed. It was a 3+, failed with a 2, and now I am not sure anyone can actually score for It's All Ball Bearings. So I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can score with the vampire. Hank the Ranger says vampire. Yes, he can score with the vampire. So if I were Firepants, I would blitz down the vampire. Hank the Ranger says werewolves out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, the werewolf can do it too. You're absolutely right. I don't think he will, but he could. He could go say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He could maybe blitz with. I don't know. I don't know what the right call is with the werewolf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. SB Hoover says you have scored with worse odds. I have. 3 seconds to go here. Failed GFI. Might as well spend the reroll. He says, I'm not even going to bother. Final turn of the game here. It's All Ball Bearings. He's going to have an opportunity here. He's got 2 players in scoring position, but it is not looking good. I would say maybe blitz. Oh, actually, yeah. So if he blitzes the blitzer, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can blitz the blitzer with the mummy, and then it's 2 GFIs to score. He doesn't have a TRR. But who's ever needed a TRR for a GFI? Am I right? It's right? It's a GFI. Oh no, didn't take the blitz with the mummy. Oh, is this gonna cut him off? I think it'll be fine if he follows up. Oh no! Failed the GFI. The Ranger says that's a 206% chance of failure. Sure was. Failed GFI is going to end the game 1-1. Oh, we'll learn one day. We'll learn. Oh, GFIs are the worst 1 in 6 odds you'll ever see in gaming. Clivey says 103% of the time it works 50% of the time. SPP says, can we get league statistics on GFI? Sure, I can generate those. It's all ball bearings. Held onto this ball for most of the game, but you can see, look at the running yardage. It's pretty much equal. Passing yardage, pretty much equal. Firepants sustained 33 blocks, yet the KOs and casualties are equal for both teams. How does that work? This was a strange game. Nuffle was bored tonight. He was just futzing with the dice all night long. Firepants is going to walk away with 11 SPP while it's all ball bearings walks out with a respectable 11. Hank the Ranger says the crowd held onto the ball for 26%. Sure did. Die rolls for Firepants. D6 die rolls looking just about even. The D6 die rolls for it's all ball bearings looking fairly positive, in fact. Whereas the block dice for Firepants are looking even, and the block dice for it's all ball bearings also looking even. So that's going to be the end of the game. 1-1 is the score. Wow. Failed the GFI, man. It's always the GFI. So that'll do it for week 2. Week 3 will start tomorrow, which is in 31 minutes. The schedules will be posted. They'll be posted on they'll be posted in Discord, and then once games get scheduled, those schedules will go up on Twitch, on Twitter, and on Facebook, and you can see the commands for those right there on your screen. Thanks for watching tonight. I hope you had fun. Mixed teams are wacky. GFIs are super wacky. And we'll see you here for the start of week 3. And that'll start tomorrow. So GG's to everyone. Good game. I hope you guys had fun. Play Blood Bowl, and we'll see you in week 3. Take care, guys.